How's it going, everybody? Doing an impressions video here today of Final Fantasy 16 for the PS5. This came out, I believe, in 23. Yes, I just got it yesterday. When I first got the PS5 back, and it would have been November of 23. It's almost been a year. It was like the Black Friday deals things. I'd gotten it, although there was no. I don't think it was a deal. It just came with Spider-Man 2 download code. Little card, whatever they give you. But I looked at this. It looked cool. I would look up some screenshots, a little bit of gameplay I watched back then. And then I was just looking again now, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to play one of these bigger games. I've been playing Alan Wake 2, and I've been playing Life is Strange. I'm like, I want to kind of get into this, into like these big kind of epic, if you want to call them, games. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I got a copy on eBay. I was gonna get a new copy on eBay. It was like $33.99. I got this one for, it was like 26 or something. Ended up being 28 after tax used. I was like, you know what? No problem. Disc is in great condition. Typically they are, because these Blu-ray discs don't scratch as easy. I mean, you could scratch them if you tried, obviously, but older DVDs and the discs like that, like they hit the, if I put it down on a table or something, they could end up with a couple scratches. But in good shape, everything's good to go. And I gotta tell you, this is a reversible cover, I believe. Yeah, artwork. Game's phenomenal. I've probably put a little over 2 hours in, and I wanted to talk about it. Like I did it on my other channel as well. That was with Gumtree and whatnot, but. Really, like it's freaking great. You play as Clive here. Clive, I think they're the Rossfields. And I did not. There's gonna be some spoilers here from the beginning of the game, which they throw a lot of that shit right at you in the beginning. So it's not like it's crazy. Like, oh my god, is it 15 hours, 20 hours in type spoiler? But I didn't even read the back here. But the icons, they're called now, I guess, in this one. They were the summons, espers, going way back. Like these things always had a different name typically. The god type thing, like Shiva's in there, Ifrit, Phoenix, Titan, have all been there already. And you're Clive and Kingdom. The game starts off where it's a battle between two of them. You got Ifrit and Phoenix. I always thought the Phoenix had a different name. Did they always call? They call it in this, but they're battling, and then it cuts to another part where you're playing as the guy, and you're trying to get a Shiva's head now. And it's very Game of Thrones-y. People have said that, and it really is. I've only seen one episode of Game of Thrones full, but I know how Game of Thrones works, so it has the betrayals and stuff like that. And it's in that kind of medieval type world as well. But you have the magic and stuff, and obviously the icons they're calling them here. But in these families, I guess there's always like a dominant, and Clive's brother. I guess Clive got rejected, or so we think. And the mother doesn't like him now because of it, and the father doesn't care. He likes him no matter what. The brothers love each other. But the other brother, Joshua, has it. He's the dominant now. You use him very briefly. You just throw magic out. And stuff this is where like the Game of Thrones stuff comes in. Like another group that's supposed to be your allies turns on you. The king gets killed. Or he's the Archduke. He's not the king. He gets killed, and then Joshua was like, "Oh my God, Dad, I was supposed to protect you." And he turns into the Phoenix, right? Because he's the dominant. He breaks through, and then all of a sudden you think Clive was rejected. All of a sudden he turns into Ifrit. They battle it out. You use the Phoenix. You use Joshua. You beat him, but then he's not dead. He takes you out. But Clive, I don't think he knows he is Ifrit, because he's like, "I'm going to murder you for doing this to my brother." I don't know if Joshua is dead completely, or he'll pop up again. I don't know. We're early in the game, right? Like I said, they got betrayed, and there was another fight in the beginning. It flashes forward again. Clive's 15. I guess his brother's maybe like 4 or 5 years younger. I don't know. And there's their friend Jill as well as in there. But that happens, and then your mother, who fucking doesn't like you anyway, because you were rejected as the dominant, she comes to assess the damage. She doesn't care that her husband's dead. She's upset that Joshua is, right, because she liked him. But they find Clive's body there. He's not dead. And like, oh, should we just kill him? She's like, oh no, kill him. And then she's like, no, wait. He was always said to be a great soldier. So you put him on the front line. So the new group, I forget the names of these all these places already. Who's who? But you're fighting for them now. You're like have this brand on your face. But you play as him. The combat is the new kind of Final Fantasy combat. It's not the turn-based. You're just jumping back and forth at the thing, coming back. It's running around, wailing on stuff. You're hitting triangle from magic. He's got like special abilities because he's blessed by the Phoenix, Clive, at the very least. He's supposed to be a shield to the dominant. And you got special power there. You can dodge with R1. Square is the attack. Circle is like this kind of, what do they call it? Like bridging the gap, or what is it? Shortening the gap or some shit. You hit that button quick and he does like the little Phoenix thing, gets up close. And when you dodge, you can, it slows down time briefly, like Bayonetta and all these other games. And you can wail on them, you can stagger the enemies and then keep wailing on them. I will say I've fought with a couple of people by my side, nothing crazy. And they don't really do much of anything. They'll kind of get in there and hit the enemies when you stagger them, but they're not really like going to town on everybody. I seem to be taking everybody out. They're not doing nothing, but I feel like they should be doing more. But the combat's fun. The story, I didn't think the story would go this hard. I was like, holy shit, like, first 2 hours in, you got all types of betrayals. Your brother was, oh shit, you're both, oh my god, we got a battle between the icons and all this stuff. Everybody, I'm like, holy shit, it really comes at you fast. These 2.5 hours, I'm in the hideaway now because, like I said, I was supposed to get Shiva's head. You're working for this other group now. It's 13 years later from the events of when you turned into Ifrit, took out your brother. You were 15 there, so you're 28, I would assume. I'm pretty sure it's 13 years. So you're doing this stuff, and then there's another group too. I forget, it's like the Iron something. They're coming out. They're invading people, and they look at the dominants as abominations and sins. But this other group, I forget the names of all these freaking kingdoms or whatever. They're Titan. This is like big fucking dude. He turns into Titan, and then him and Shiva are battling, and it's a freaking nice fight. It looks great. It's Final Fantasy. The graphics look incredible. I'll get into them more in a minute. But the cutscenes are great. And now they've both fought, and they're both weak, I guess, in dominance. Now they revert, I guess you revert back to your human form or whatever it is. And she's the girl who Shiva is now, like, because like I said, they have her in chains, this other group, and they're going to bring her back, I guess, to the home base or whatever. And then you're trying to get the head, you take the people out, and Clive realizes, oh my god, it's his friend Jill. So he doesn't kill her, and he kills the other guy he's with. The guy's like, you plead loyalty. He's like, I branded means you have my service. I'm never loyal to you. He kills him. Sid comes, because there's a version of Sid in every game. And with your dog, you had a dog as a puppy, Torgal. He's now appeared again. I think, unless he was there the whole time, I don't know. I can't remember. No, he wasn't. He was with Sid, I believe. But obviously Clive knows him. And now I'm in the hideaway, and that's where I stopped. And, you can upgrade. You can upgrade your ability. You can master. You get ability points. Fights. Enemies are dropping gil. I guess you're getting ability points. They're dropping items. You're getting equipment you can equip. But you can upgrade. You can master abilities. You can learn new abilities for the ability points. I haven't gotten too into that yet. I just looked at it briefly before I stopped playing. But man, like I said, graphically, it's some of the enemies. Like I fought humans, some bosses, like lower level bosses, like a goblins and like a troll type thing. And these enemies looked incredible. You fought the thing. They called it a Morgul. I thought this thing had a different name in the other Final Fantasies, but you know what it is. It's got the tentacle things that breathes out fire, not fire, like poison mist and stuff. This thing looked phenomenal. Like even, the player characters and stuff all look good, the human characters, but man, the enemies look like exceptionally good. Really, it's been super fun. I want to play more of it. I'm only 2.5 hours in. I'm like, holy crap, this game is going balls to the wall right out of the gate, which, I appreciate. I knew I would like this, honestly. I didn't think. I was like, I'm right. Oh, shit, like, it's fucking Alan Wake, Life is Strange. I might have to stop playing this raw because I am going to start playing this like crazy. Well, my fiance's family is coming on Thursday, so there won't be time to just keep playing it. So I might have to take a break for like 3 or 4 days. But man, it is something else. If any of you have played it, let me know, because it looks great. The gameplay is fun. It looks fantastic. The voice acting solid. Story seems nice. Has the intrigue, the betrayal. It is very Game of Thrones and other types of. That's not just a Game of Thrones thing, but I gotta say it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even like look at this on the back, because it's like, oh, break your bonds, embrace Clive's iconic power, and summon your destiny. I didn't even like look at the back. I'm like, oh my god, easy for it. This is not. I'm like, oh, well done. You know, it's well done. Like, just the way they set everything up in the beginning is well done. I think now I'm getting to the point where I guess you can explore more and then do the typical Final Fantasy shit, side quests and stuff. The map I've seen, it has the little kingdoms and stuff, and you can fast travel back and forth to wherever you've been or wherever you have to go. I don't know if you travel the world map as well, or you're just traveling in the areas you're in, and then you have to fast travel. I don't know. But it's incredible. Like I said, if any of you play this, let me know how you like it, because I'm at a blast. Like I knew I would not hate this game. I just didn't think I'd be like that, like just pulled in immediately. Pretty emotional there too in the beginning too, with all the stuff going on. I gotta say, a really good job on that front. And a lot of Final Fantasies I appreciate is that they all kind of have a different feel to them, unless they're direct, like Final Fantasy 10, 10-2, and then 13, 13-2, and then Lightning Returns. I think was a little different. But like you go from like 7, 8, 9. They have they'd have the same kind of combat system, but they have different feels to them, which is cool. 10, 12 started more of the different combat that they've improved upon. Even like 15 has this kind of combat, but it just has such a different feel to it, and I always appreciate that. Even like the Final Fantasy Remake Rebirth as well, and older ones also. They just have like a different vibe to them, each one, while still being similar, but feeling completely different. But yeah, man, this game is awesome. I'm excited to play more of it, see where this story goes. But yeah, I just wanted to do some quick impressions on it, because I really wanted to talk about it. I really enjoyed it that much, or I'm enjoying it that much, I should say, and I can't wait to play more of it. But yeah, anything I'm missing? I'm sure I'm missing some stuff. I don't know. I think as now I might end up with some like permanent party members, because I was in a party with like Wade and Tyler, 2 soldiers from your kingdom at the time. That's when you fight the goblins and stuff. There's something going. There's also like giant crystal shards on the thing, and you got to get blessing from them. That's another thing I forgot to mention in the other video, but whatever. The crystalline. But I'm sure I'll find more about that. More out about that later in the game. But it's fantastic, man. It really is. I gotta say, hell of a title. I'm glad I ended up grabbing it. But yeah, this is just my Final Fantasy 16 early impressions, and thanks everybody for checking this out, and have a good day.